If I told you that the average person in a room has a $10 million net worth, you'd probably think, dang, these people are set for life. But what if 9 of them only have a $100,000 net worth? And the last one, well, that last one is Elon Musk. The average is still 10 million, but that tells you absolutely nothing about the real situation. That's the danger of averages. They're technically correct, but they're practically useless, especially when it comes to financial planning. And right now, Wall Street is using those same misleading averages to sell you a retirement plan that looks great on paper, but it falls apart in real life. If you're banking your future, your retirement, on average returns, then the 4% rule is the math that you have to understand, because it's what's going to destroy your perfectly designed average retirement plan once you get to actual returns and taking income from your portfolio. Now, before we dive into why the average is so misleading for your retirements, let me introduce myself. My name is Ryan D. Lee, and this is the Wealth Outside of Wall Street channel, where we call out outdated financial advice, we expose the traps of traditional planning, and we show you how to build a passive income machine so you can go from averages to extraordinary and retire in 10 years or less. So if you're done hoping that Wall Street works out, then subscribe to the channel, stay a while, and let me show you why averages might just be the thing that are destroying your retirement. Listen, first off, Wall Street, they love to talk about averages. They talk about average market returns, they show you average growth projections, they show you your average income over time. But here's the misleading truth. You don't actually spend averages in your retirement. You spend actual returns. And those returns don't follow a nice clean pattern that is visualized on an average return over an average period of time. Take this for example. From 2000 to 2024, the S&P averaged negative 0.71%. From 2017 to 2021, though, it averaged 19.2%. That's a big difference. Now imagine retiring right before a stretch of 4 years of average negative returns. Suddenly, even safe strategies like the predominant 4% rule, they fall apart really fast. Because once you start pulling from your accounts in a time where the market is going down, you start a downward spiral. Every market dip hits twice as hard because you're compounding losses, not growth. I mean, let's visualize retirement for just a moment by giving you an analogy. Let's say you're stranded on a desert island with 1 barrel of clean drinking water. You don't know how long you're going to be on the island. You don't know if more water is coming, so every sip becomes stressful. What if you run out of water? That's how traditional retirement planning feels. You have a lump sum, your net worth, but no way to actually refill your account balance. Every withdrawal feels like you're gambling with your future. That's not freedom, it's fragility wrapped in financial jargon and a financial plan based on average returns. So let's break down how the math works once you cross the threshold and go from accumulating wealth to distributing wealth, once you go from working to income in retirement, because Wall Street hopes you'll never actually run this math. If you want to retire on $10,000 a month in retirement, if that's your desired income, that's $120,000 a year, and using the typical 4% rule, which gives you a higher probability of being able to navigate the ups and the downs of market cycles without running out of money, 4% actually means you would have to have a $3 million portfolio saved just to generate $10,000 a month. And do you know what the median net worth is for people in their 50s? Well, it's about $272,000. That's not a gap, that's a canyon. And that's before taxes and inflation and market volatility. So when advisors say, don't worry, the market always comes back, don't worry, the market is averaging 8, 9, 10, or whatever percent you think it's averaging, the real math is on the back end of your retirement plan. How much income can your assets safely deliver? This is why the 4% rule, when you do the math on that, it makes traditional financial planning almost impossible. It's why Robert Kiyosaki says in his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that savers are losers. It's almost mathematically impossible for you to save enough money to only be able to draw 4% from your portfolio and live the retirement life that you want. And anything outside of this, following traditional financial plans, puts you at risk of running out of money in retirement. This is most people's worst retirement fear. So here's the actual truth behind all of this. Wall Street doesn't care about your freedom. They care about keeping you in their game forever, earning average returns, paying average fees, and getting average results. But if you're watching this, I know something about you. You're not average, and your strategy shouldn't be either. You don't need a one-size-fits-all plan. You need a custom-built wealth-building machine designed just for you. Averages are fine for marketing, but they're dangerous for retirement. What you really need is consistent, predictable income, assets that grow with inflation, liquidity and control with strategies like the Vault, the passive income machine, and the possibility to not just improve averages, but to defy it altogether. That's why this channel is dedicated to showing you a pathway and a possibility to achieving real financial freedom when your cash flow from your assets exceeds your expenses in 10 years or less. This isn't retiring early. This is accomplishing something extraordinary, not average, but extraordinary, and doing it in a tight and constrained window of time. 10 years or less. To accomplish something so massive, you have to defy the laws of average. You have to start looking outside of the confines of average and start looking at the outliers. How do people really build wealth fast in today's economy? Well, here's step number one. They don't rely on average strategies and they don't measure their success based on average returns. They look to align their money with assets that rise with inflation. I want you to consider this. Assets like real estate, assets like overfunded whole life insurance actually benefit because of inflation. Inflation makes you wealthier. When you own an asset that benefits because of inflation, all you have to do is buy the right asset in the right location and let time and inflation do the heavy lifting. This is why we can help people achieve financial freedom in 10 years or less. We're not trying to get an average return in the market where inflation is eroding your pathway, it's destroying your returns, and taxes are going to take a massive bite out of your future income. We're just showing you how to play the financial game completely different. My friends, hopefully this video has been enlightening for you because an average return isn't for you if you're watching this video. You need extraordinary, not average, and that's why this channel exists. My invitation to you is do something about it. Watch some more videos on this channel. In fact, my next video, I'm going to go deeper to help you understand how you can defy the average inside of your financial plan and actually retire completely financially free with 6 figures or more of tax-free income for the rest of your life in 10 years or less. Join me on the next video, and until then, rise up and live free.